Almost every single day, including Sundays, during this 7-week Easter season, our first reading at Mass is taken from the book of the Acts of the Apostles by St. Luke. This book is sort of a biography of the life of the early church. And one reason these excerpts have been chosen is to provide continuing further instruction for those who have just become members of the church at the Easter Vigil. In fact, if you would like to impress somebody with your erudition, you could say to them, "We're now in the period of the Mystagogia." We, who have been members of the church for years, perhaps more than we'd like to admit, would make a serious error if we thought that we couldn't gain new insights about our faith from these Easter season readings. Take, for example, today's reading from the book of the Acts. It's a continuation of yesterday's reading about the death of the deacon, St. Stephen, the first recorded martyr for the faith. Stephen had boldly and bravely preached to the religious authorities about their having put Jesus to death. Their response to him was to stone him to death. This reading could inspire us to reflect on our own daily preaching about Jesus, particularly by the example of our daily lives and the values we live by. It also could be an inspiration for us to pray for our brothers and sisters today who are being put to death just because they are followers of Jesus Christ in many countries throughout the world. There were, in fact, about 3,100 of them murdered for their faith in 2017, and the number has been rising steadily each year in recent years. Or we could pray for our brothers and sisters in the faith today who are being persecuted for being believers in Jesus Christ in many countries throughout the world, such as Iran, North Korea, Egypt, Pakistan, Sub-Saharan Africa, and many, many more. Today's first reading mentioned Saul persecuting and arresting the followers of Christ and being complicit in the death of Stephen. We know that Saul had a dramatic conversion experience when Jesus confronted him and asked him why he was persecuting him and his followers. Saul then took up a new mission with a new name, Paul, and became a great apostle for Jesus. This reading might lead us to pray about and reflect on our own daily conversion to Christ. Conversion is a lifelong process of our turning more fully to Jesus and away from anything which is not compatible with our being faith-filled followers of Jesus Christ. Finally, today's Gospel from the Bread of Life discourse in chapter 6 of the Gospel according to John could inspire us to be grateful for the amazing privilege of participating in the Mass, where Jesus feeds us with his living word of sacred scripture and the bread of life, his body and blood. Both of these gifts remind us of our goal in life, to be with Jesus forever at the heavenly banquet table.